we're recording now, so I'm going to start. I'll put a little pause in so we can get our edit on it.
Your lips are torn up like a crackhead. You're already looking like a goof. You look like you're about to say Say now.
Hey, Robbie94LS here, and
hi, I'm the wife who has apparently been in many of these videos that I have been saying I've been watching and haven't been.
And one of my videos I said maybe my wife will figure out editing, and that way, you know, my videos would look a little better. Well, I beat her to the punch. I figured out the very basics, but maybe she could sharpen them and, you know, make them look even better.
Mm-hmm.
So we're here today for a regular beer review, essentially.
Yeah. I got roped in to stop him from saying and doing chug videos that take him 7 minutes to talk through.
Check them out.
Chugging beers mean you chug the beer, you don't talk about it.
Check them out. Anyway, so like me, my wife is a craft beer drinker, but we enjoy drinking everything. So today we wanted to just do a cheap beer review, like after watching a lot of one of my favorite YouTubers, Ronald the Riot, and his reviews. I said, hey, let's revisit all the cheap beers that we kind of wrote off in the past.
I will say that my favorite cheap beer is Miller Lite. It's my classic, it's my go-to. I know everybody has their feelings about that, but that's why I chose my beer, and I'm going to go ahead and go first.
Go.
Mine is Miller High Life, which is also a Pilsner like Miller Lite.
And, you know, Maire got the Miller Coors family, so of course I had to pick what else other than InBev, Anheuser-Busch. So we're going with Busch Beer here, not Busch Light, which most people know. This is Busch Beer, the heavy version, so to speak. So what do
Let me
you have?
start here. So Miller High Life, and I'll go ahead and open it while we're chatting here. This lovely golden Pilsner has an ABV of 4.6, 4.7, something like that.
4.6.
Yes, and as you can see, it is a lovely golden color. Okay, I'm holding it up. Sorry, I'm new. So I talked to him about his public speaking. He talks to me about my camera etiquette. Here's my lovely beer. So we'll take a little sip of that in a minute. Now, I do have a little bit of history on my beer because that's what I do. I do research. I tend to be the researers sometimes, and that's why when Robbie's videos slip, sorry, Robbie 9994,
old car, 94.
all the other cars, the Integras come back to us. All right, so this one was obviously Frederick Miller, the lovely German brewer who founded Miller, Miller Brewing Company, which later became Miller Coors in the U.S. and Molson Coors in Canada. And this is now known as the Champagne of Beers. This is because it was originally highly carbonated, and because they apparently sold this is something I just learned when I was researching it. They originally released it in mini champagne bottles because it was highly carbonated, which I thought was a very cute little thing they did.
Like cage and all? Quart? Wow. Nice.
Well, I think so. I don't know about that, but they were made to look like that. So
Love it. Okay.
They had a little gimmick, and obviously they've changed their motto throughout the years, and I thought that was very interesting. But this is now the Champagne of Beers. It was originally the champagne of bottle beer, not bottles. So that tells you about how long ago this was in the turn of the century. So I'm going to take a sip and turn it over here.
First let's give the nose on it and everything, you know.
It smells like cheap beer. I just can't get into this part. Charming.
So,
Galena hops, apparently.
Taste?
I did. I looked into Galena hops. They have Galena hops and some kind of yeast that was proprietary that Mr. Frederick Miller brought over from Germany.
So what do you taste?
I taste cheap beer. I just can't do this.
You taste cheap beer.
Yeah, I've never been good at this. I like my beer and
hey,
I smell a hop that I recognize once in a while.
The important thing that I tell everybody, if you like a beer, drink a beer. If it's craft beer, if it's a cheap beer, if you like it, drink it. It doesn't matter if you know about it, if you know what, bottom line, if you like it, drink it.
What's your favorite type of beer?
Free beer.
Free beer.
Free beer.
All right, so tell us about, what do you have? Busch.
So
I
have Busch beer. Busch Heavy pours out a straw, golden straw color, very clear, very filtered, very well carbonated looking. The way I poured it, not too much head. I tried pouring it straight on earlier, and I got a little bit too much head.
And this is the fancy lacing you can see on your cheap beer. It doesn't matter.
When you
tell us about your beer. What did you learn about it when you were researching it? And what do you find out about it now? Do you compare?
Well, yeah. Well, when I was researching it, it's classified as the economy brand pale ale lager, which I know a lot of the cheap beers now No, it's a pale lager. Excuse me.
Oh,
not
you
pale
said
lager.
an ale
It's a
lager.
pale
That
lager.
sounds new.
A lot of the cheap beers started out as not premium, but better brands back in the day. I didn't look into it enough to figure that out, but it's now classified as an economy pale lager. It's coming in at 4.3% ABV, 114 calories. Busch Light, for reference, is 4.1% ABV and 95 calories, which, you know, when you look at those differences, it might actually be much more efficient to drink the light. Busch Heavy was introduced in 1955 as Busch Bavarian beer, which is interesting. It was changed to just Busch beer in 1979, and if you go to the Busch website right now, its kind of description is that Busch beer was inspired by the Bavarian Alps. So it definitely sounds a lot more fancy on paper than it is.
Cold as the Bavarian Alps. Okay,
Cold
that's
as
cold as the
Bavarian-
Rockies.
Cold as the Rockies, but hey, you know what? That's
Did you want to try mine?
Well,
You can do
first
it.
I wanna try
Oh, I'm
this.
sorry. You're still sorry. He's still talking
So-
about it. He's a
so-
talker. It's a good thing.
It is a lot of information. So on the nose, it's definitely very malty. Not a whole lot in terms of hops. You almost get a little bit of a vegetable smell to me.
Anybody
you
who's
know-
following this, I want you to know that this is a patent. We're going to patent this one day. All of the gentlemen in this lovely man's family have the schnoz. This is what we call the beer sniffer, the schnoz.
Into the glass.
And you have to put it into the glass. It has to break the rim to count. You get special
Sometimes touch.
qualities. Sometimes touch it. Don't let them smell your beer.
So it's definitely has a vegetable-y almost. It is made. It didn't tell me exactly what it was made with, but it does say, of course, water, hops, barley malt, and corn, which is a very common thing in the cheap beers, and especially the Anheuser-Busch cheap beers.
Add sugar and alcohol.
Hey, you got it. Yeah, and a lot of time it's corn syrup too.
No.
But anyway, I think there's a little bit of smell and a lot of bit of taste of corn, but I can't tell if it's a mental thing or if it's really me.
It is.
But in terms of a light beer go, I prefer others as a daily drinker. I've actually never had Busch Heavy. This is literally my second one. I drank one before the review to kind of get a mouthfeel as I was doing my research, and this is my second one. Is it awful? No, it's not awful. But
We wouldn't be drinking it if it were awful. We love cheap beer. He was drinking a 40 the other night just for fun.
Ronald the Riot was referencing that one. That was what was that one? I can't remember.
Old English.
No. It wasn't that. It was not King Cobra. That was the other. It was Hurricane.
Oh,
Hurricane
Hurricane.
6%, which is a very good one.
And for optimal flavor, you should not pour that out, and you should drink it directly from the paper bag it is bought in. All right. Well,
All right.
I think this has been a
Overall-
lot of fun.
Yeah, it has been. Overall, the Busch is decent. I think there are better out there. So overall score, I'm going to give it a C, I think.
Okay, that's
You-
fair.
on
I
yours?
mean, this to me, I like my cheap beers in the Pilsner form. So I'm gonna say that this is up there. I didn't check calories. I feel bad. Robbie's always good about the calories, Mr. 94LS. Excuse me. But if it's anywhere near the calories there, then I would say this is on par with my classic, my Miller Lite. So.
Yeah.
There's that, and I would like you to say thank you for listening, and I will try and keep us short and sweet from now on.
Thank you.
However, please do tune in, subscribe to Robbie94LS.
Thank you.
Those are the numbers, and in the future, what I'd like you to do is look forward to Robbie chugging video part 3, in which his wife bullies his willing participant in learning how to properly chug a beer. Having been to college myself. So he has I think he just got a phone call, so I think we have to go here. So bye.